US visa online application. I'm going to show you how to apply for the US visa online, and I'm going to give you the easiest and then the fastest way to get approval. This is going to be a step-by-step process. So stick with me and then let's start. Before you even think of applying for the US visa, what you have to know is that you should first apply and then be accepted in the SEVP approval schools. Your school should be part of the schools that allow people to come to the United States and then pursue their course, okay? And then you are going to pay for the fee, and then after paying it, they are going to give you a certificate of eligibility for a non-immigrant, and then it is going to be the F1 or the M1. It depends on you, okay? And then that is the student status for academic and then the language studies. So this form, the form I-20, you are going to fill it. If you want to go with somebody, it being a spouse or a children, they are all going to fill this form as well. The form is form I-20. I will show you the form right here, okay? And then if you want to know the difference between the F and the M, the F is we have the University of College, we have the high school, we have the private elementary school, we have the seminary, and then the M, we have the vocational or the other recognized non-academic institution as well. In order to know that your school is part, just come to this site studyintheunitedstates.dhs.gov and then come and search that your school is part, okay? What you have to do is to just enter the school name, then you enter the city, then you enter the state that it is from, and then you choose the educational type, then you pick if it is F1 visa or M1 visa, then you apply. You can also download the PDF. You can download the PDF and then see the list of all the schools and then get to know if your school is part of it. So all these are the list of schools that your school should be part of it before you even think of applying for the visa online. So after doing this, all that you have to do is to fill the form. That is the form I-20. So this is how the form looks like. You are going to fill it. We have the surname, we have the preferred name, we have the date of birth, and then make sure that this information should tally with your online application information as well. You should make sure that everything that you provide here goes with their online application information, because if you do not do it and then you do not tally it, you are going to be denied because there is going to be a disagreement between the two. So now let's go and then apply. Okay, now all that you have to do is to go to Google and then type in US Embassy, and then when it comes, when you look here, we have apply for a US visa, then you click on it. So here is the official page where you are going to apply for the US visa, okay? Right here, what you're going to do is to come here and then locate the login, then you click on the login. So after clicking on the login, this page will be displayed. If you have an account already, all that you have to do is to just enter your email address and then password and then log in. But since we are applying it as a first applicant, let's come here. When you come here, down here, we have new user. Then you click on the new user. All that you have to do is to fill all these and then make sure to create a username. Your username should be in email address format, like jane.doe@gmail.com. You see, so this is how you should create the email address. So if your email address is not in this format, all that you have to do is to just create another new one. So you go to Google and then you type for create email account. So you go to create email account. All right, so when this comes, all that you have to do is just simply create an email account. So you just have to pick for myself and then you put in the name. So the name is, my first name is Abigail. Then the last name is Buadu. And then you should make it in the form of your name. So Abigail Buadu. Then let's add .doe. Then let's create a password. So password, I'm inputting a password, then I confirm it and I go to next. So you put in phone number here, which is optional, then the date of birth, then I choose my gender female, and I go to next. Then I click on agree. So now we have created our new email address, and then please keep it. It is very important. Now let's go back to the forms. So we are going to paste our email address here. So you paste the email address here. Then you type in your first name, which is Abigail. Then the last name, Boadu. Then we create a password. Then we confirm the password. Then you tick the box here. After that, all that you have to do is to just type in what you see here. Then you submit it. So make sure to save your password. So congratulations, if you have gotten to this stage, it means you have been able to create a portal and then you have an account. So now you can go straight ahead and then apply for the visa application online. All that you have to do now is to just open the visa information. When you open it and then you come here, we have DS-160 information. Then you click on it. After you click on it, all that you have to do is to come down here, just scroll down here. You can see from here, we have the form DS-160 is online here. All that you have to do is to just click on it. After that, it opens, you see, so apply for a non-immigrant visa. When you scroll down here, we have select a location where you will be applying for this visa. All that you have to do is to select it. I'm applying it from Ghana. So Ghana, Accra. I pick Ghana, Accra. All that I have to do now is to enter what I see here, PS65. After entering in the code which is shown, all that you have to do is to come down here. We have this visa application will ask you to upload a digital photo. So remember to have it there already. And then all that you have to do is to select the type. So we are applying it for the first time. So all that you have to do is to click on the start. So after you log in, so all that you have to do is to read through everything to make sure you understand each step. And then over here, you click on I agree. The next thing that you have to do is to make sure to keep this application ID, this code. It is very important. You have to store it because whenever you are applying then you log out, you are going to use this ID to log back in, okay? The next thing that you have to do is, what is the given name of your mother's mother? So all that you have to do is to just answer. Mine is Poma. The next thing to do is to click on continue. Now we are at the dashboard of the application process. So we have the online non-immigrant visa application. That is the DS-160. So now we are going to go through all these steps. My surname is Boadu. Then you are given name, which is Abigail. So you'll be asked full name in native alphabet. Does not apply. I do not have it. And then the next thing is, have you ever used other names? Madam, Professor, all that? No, I haven't. The next thing is, do you have a telecode that represents your name? No, I do not. Then the next thing is my sex. Yes, I'm a female. And then the marital status, I'm single. And yes, you have to pick your date of birth. 2nd May 1993. Then the city is Accra. And then the state does not apply. And then the country, which is Ghana. And then the next thing that you have to do is to save it. It is very important to save it. Okay, so now the application has been saved. What you have to do is to click on continue application. So now you go to the next. We are now on information 2, the personal information 2. So the country of origin, we select Ghana. The next question is, do you hold or have you held any nationality other than one you have indicated above? No. Then the next question is, are you a permanent resident of a country other than the country that you have selected? No. And then your national identification number, if you have, put it here. If you do not have, don't worry. So I do not have it. Then your US social security number, I do not have it. Then your US tax number, I do not have it. The next thing is to save it. So you save it. So what you have to do now is to go to the next, which is the travel. Okay, so we are the travel information side. So provide the following information: purpose of travel, we are going to indicate it. We are going there as a student to study. So we are going to pick the academic or language student, which is the F. The next thing that you have to do is to select the type of visa. So students, that is F1. Have you made specific travel plans? No. Please do not pick yes, pick no. And then the next thing that you're going to do is to indicate the date of arrival. So we will be going next month. So the first of next month, which is October 2022. And then the length, of stay. Let's pick in years. Let's pick just 2 years because our course is just 2 years. So all that you have to do is to just input in the correct street address as it is here. The street line 2 is optional. Then you state the city where the school is, and then the state, and then the zip code. It's optional if you don't know it, but it is always advisable to provide it. When you are done, all that you have to do is to choose the payment. That is the person or the entity who is supporting you in your schooling. Make sure that all the information connects with that of the forms that you filled. That is the I-20 form. The other person, then you choose the name. So the name is Godwin. We have a champion here. Then the telephone number. The telephone number is also here. Then the email address, it is not compulsory. If you don't know, just say I don't know. Then the relationship type, you just select it. It is my parent. Then you choose the next one. Is the address of the party paying for your trip the same as your home or mailing address? I will say no. Then the next thing to do is to input it in. So here it's here in Accra. So we have just input the correct address, circle, and then we have the city here. We have city Accra. Then the state, say Ghana. Then the zip code, I don't know. Then you select the country, which is Ghana. So the state here, I don't know. It depends on you. The next thing to do is to just save it. Okay, so we are done. All that you have to do is to just click on the next, and then you continue. So the next is the travel companion information. So they will ask you, are there other person traveling with you? Me, I am going alone, so I'll pick the no. Then you are done. All that you have to do is to save it. So it will be open. Then you go to the next one, which is the US travel. So the next stage here is the US travel information. So they are going to ask you these questions as well. Have you ever been in the United States? No, it's my first time. Then they will ask you this one too. Have you ever been issued a US visa? No, this is my first time. Then the next question is, have you ever been refused a US visa before? No, it's my first time. The next question, has anyone ever filled an immigrant petition on your behalf? No, this is my first time. So when you are done, then you save it. Always save it. And then you go to the next one, which is address and then phone number. The next phase is the address and then the phone number. So let's fill it. You put in your address, Accra Circle. So the city is Accra. So this one too, it's not compulsory. So if you don't know, just pick I don't know. The zip code, if you don't know, just select I don't know. Then the country is Ghana. You select Ghana. And then your mailing address. Is your mailing address the same as your house address? Yes, I'll go for yes. Then your primary phone number, just put in the correct number. Okay, so secondary, if you don't have any secondary, just say does not apply. Work phone number, if you don't have it, does not apply. Do you use any other phone number for the past years? No, I do not. Then your email address. The email address, don't forget the one that we created. So put in the email address here. All right. Then the next question that they are going to ask you is, have you used any other email address? No, I haven't. Select any social media platform if you have some. I'll choose Facebook. And then if you have any other two, you can just add it here. Your social identifier. So Abigail Boadu. Then this question, do you wish to provide information about your presence on any other website or applications you have ever used? Just say no if you don't. The next thing to do is to just save it. So when you are done, all that you have to do is to just click on next to go to the passport side. At the passport information section, all that you have to do is to fill in your passport details as they appear right on your passport. So here we have the passport or traveling document type. So I'll pick regular. Then you type in the number. So let me put in any number. Then the passport book number, you have 45. Then you select the country, which is Ghana. And then you fill this one too. Where was the passport or the traveling document issued? So it was issued in Accra. The state, if it was on it, so it's not compulsory. Then we have the country here, Ghana. So the issuing date, just fill in the correct details. So it was issued in this May, let me say 2020. And then expiring date, so the same thing, which is May, and then 2030. Okay, so the next thing, have you ever lost a passport? No. So you pick the no, then you save it. After you are done, all that you have to do is to just go on the next, the US contact. At this section, the US point of contact information, since we said we do not know anybody in the United States, over here, just take the contact person, just take I do not know. And then here, just use the name of the school. So just use the name of the school. And then you select it. Over here, just select school official. And then the street address, just like the one that we provided, you put it here. And then the email address here, just say you don't know if you do not know it. And then you save it. So now that you are done, all that you have to do is to just click on next to the family section. So at this section, the family information relative, we have the father's name. Just put it here. And then giving other name. And then the date of birth, if you don't know, just state I don't know. And then is your father in the United States? No, my father is not in the United States. Then my mother's full name, just put it here. So at this section, we have the present work, education, or the training information. So it is better to state that you are working. It increases your chance of getting approved. So you just have to select the work that you are doing. So the work, we are in business. After selecting the business, we have the present employer or school name. So you just enter the correct one. Then the line address. Then the city, Accra. So if you don't know anything, just say I do not know. I do not know. The telephone number, just put in any number, the correct one. And then the starting date, the date that you started, just put it here. And then the month, that is if employed. So you can say does not apply, and then briefly describe what you did. It is very important to state as many as you can. So salesperson. The next thing to do is just save it. So we have the previous work or education. So we have, were you previously employed? So yes. And then you pick your employer's name, then the address. So just input the correct one. Then if you don't know, just say I don't know, and I don't know, but always input the correct one. Then the title, supervisor's name, then employment date, you just pick the correct one. I am just doing this as a tutorial, so I'm picking any of it. Employment date. Then you describe what you were doing. Then we have this one here. Have you attended any educational institution at secondary level or above? So yes. The name of institution, you put it there. Then the city. So if you don't know, just pick you don't know, then you don't know. But always input the correct thing. So the date you started, I'm just doing this as a tutorial, so that is why. Then the date you attended to. So when you are done, what you have to do now is to just save it. At this section, that is the additional work or training or education if you are having it. So do you belong to a clan or a tribe? Yes, I do. And then what is the name of it? It is Akan. Provide a list of language you speak. So English, Tree. Have you traveled to any countries or region within the last 5 years? Let me say no. Then, have you belonged to or contributed to or worked for a professional or social charitable organization? I will say no. Do you have any special skills or training such as all these? I will say no. And have you ever served in the military? I will say no because I haven't. If you have, just say yes. And then have you ever served in no? Then when you are done, you just save it. We are now at the security and then the background. That is the part 1. So all that you have to do is to just read it. Do you have a communicable disease? No, I do not. Do you have a mental physical disease? No, I do not. Are you or have you ever been? No, I haven't. Then you save it. So we are now at this section, the security and then the background, part 2. So have you ever been arrested? No. Then have you ever violated or engaged? No. Are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution? No. And then have you ever been involved in or do you engaged in money? No. Have you ever committed? No, I haven't. Have you ever knowingly? Oh, no, I have not. Are you the spouse or son or daughter who has? No. Then you save it. So the security and then background check part 3. Do you seek to engage in? No, I don't. Do you seek to engage in? No, I do not. Have you ever? No. Are you a member? No, I haven't. Are you a spouse? No. Have you ever? No, I haven't. Have you? No, I have not. Have you? No. Have you? No. So make sure to check all these. No, I have not. I have not done any of these. And I have not done any of these as well. Then you save it. So this is the part 4 of the security background check 2. Have you ever? No, I have not. Have you ever? No. Then you save it. This is the part 5 of the security background check. Have you ever? No, I have not done it as well. Have you? No. Have you ever? No. Then you click on the save. Now we have the additional point of contact information. This is very necessary. This, you are just going to pick 2 people from your country and then use them as a referee. So all that you have to do is to just state their name, then how they call them. So Kumasi Circle, then you state the city, Kumasi. If you don't know it, just say you don't know it. But always, as I said, give the correct answer. Then you put in the number and then the email address. If you don't know, just pick you don't know. Then the next person, then what the person is called. Then the street name. So the Providence, if you don't know it, just say you don't know it. This one too. If you don't know the telephone number, just say you don't know it. And the email as well. Tada, just save it. So if you remember, I told you to fill this. So the ID that was given to you, you just have to put it there. Since I am using this as a tutorial, I am just inputting anything. So the name of the school. So the course that you'll be doing, you put it here. Then address. You fill everything. The next thing you have to do is to just save it. The next thing that you have to do is to put in the correct passport picture. So if you have it, all that you have to do is to just upload it. So this is the final stage, and then the final stage is to upload your passport picture. So a photo of you, and then make sure it is clear the image is clear. So after uploading it here, you click here and then you upload the picture. What you have to do is to just click on upload selected picture and you are done. They are going to send you a code, and that code is what you are going to use in further applications.